Hello, I'm sitting here with Josh Nastow of Homeowners Financial Group.
Yep,
And I just want to ask Josh a couple of questions about home ownership for 2023. Now, Josh, what can people do to prepare themselves for a home purchase this year?
absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to say thanks for having me.
Sure. Thanks for
Really
being
appreciate
here.
it, Pamela. And to answer your question, it's a great question, right? Because a lot of people don't know what they need to do
Right.
to achieve the American dream, which is buying a house. So to really kind of break it down, there's three main things that you want to focus on. Okay,
Okay.
your credit, your income,
Hmm.
and down payment.
Wonderful.
You want to talk about each one a little bit? Okay.
Yes,
Well, let's start with credit. So, credit, you need a minimum credit score to entertain buying of a 580 score.
Wow,
Okay.
that's
Pretty
lower
low,
than I
right?
thought. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, pretty low. So, obviously the higher your score, the better. You're going to get a better rate.
Right.
Um, but you can qualify for an FHA or VA loan with a 580 FICO. But to get down payment assistance loans, your credit score needs to be 640 or better.
Okay.
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 To qualify for a conventional loan, okay. So to qualify for VA or FHA, it's 580. To qualify for conventional, you have to be a 620 or higher. So some of the things you can do with your credit. The biggest tip I can give people that are listening is credit card utilization. People don't understand that, and I didn't really understand that until I got in this industry 18 years ago. That really, really impacts and drives your score month to month. Okay?
Okay.
I would recommend you keep your utilization at 25% or lower. Yep, 25% or lower.
Okay.
And that'll keep you in a good spot with your credit utilization.
Okay.
Now, sure, there's other things, real basic. You make your payments, don't miss payments, but keep those credit card balances low. So let's talk down payment next. So there is down payment assistance. Okay. Since COVID and kind of getting out of COVID and going into this weird interest rate kind of,
Right.
I don't know quite what to call it, but interest rates spiked the fastest they've ever risen in the history of interest rates, right? So because of those two things, a lot of the down payment programs have gone away. Okay.
Wow.
There used to be a bunch of them. There used to be conventional ones, FHA ones, different levels of help and assistance.
Right.
Now there's really only one left. Okay, it's an FHA down payment assistance loan that will give you a grant for your down payment. Okay, like I said, you have to be over a 640 credit score for that one.
Okay.
And that's really the only good one left.
Mm.
There are a few other ones left, but they're just so expensive. The fees and costs,
Right.
just that really doesn't make a lot of sense for a client. Okay, let's just talk about the three main loans. For a conventional loan, the minimum down payment for a first-time home buyer is 3%.
Okay.
3%.
Good.
If you've bought before, which what they consider as a first-time home buyer is someone who's owned in the last 3 years. Okay.
Okay. Someone who has previously owned a house in the last 3 years.
Last 3 years, yes. So if you've owned a home 5 years ago and you haven't owned since then, you're considered a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
If you're not a first-time home buyer, you need to put a 5% down payment down.
Okay.
And that's for conventional. Okay. While we're talking about that a little bit, might as well throw out there that on a conventional loan, if you're able to put 20% down, you can avoid what's called private mortgage insurance. Let's switch gears to FHA. Okay. FHA minimum down payment, regardless if you're a first-time home buyer or not, is 3.5%. Okay. And no matter how much you put down with FHA, you're going to have mortgage insurance, no matter if you put 20% or more. Okay. Now the best loan for down payments is VA. Right. Because with a VA loan, there is zero down payment. Right. Okay. Now you can make a down payment if you want for the VA loan, but it's not required. So a veteran can buy a home with no down payment, and they do not ever have monthly mortgage insurance.
Okay. Can you go a little bit into the private mortgage insurance so we can make sure everybody understands exactly what that is?
I'll just go briefly into it because, like I said, we could talk about it for 20, 30 minutes. If on a conventional loan, if you don't put 20% down, you're going to have a monthly mortgage insurance. Okay? Now, there's ways to get rid of it, buying it out, but the most common way is you pay it monthly until you have a certain amount of equity in your home.
Okay.
What it does is it goes into a fund similar to like car insurance or health insurance.
Right.
And when someone, forecloses, right, that money is used to help, with legal fees, repairs, things like that.
Okay.
So once you have a certain amount of equity, it's able to drop
Right.
off.
So it's just a cushion that's put in place, more or
Correct.
less. Okay.
Yep. And it doesn't go to the lender. It's not the money doesn't go to the lender. There's mortgage insurance companies that are separate from the lender.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the last piece was income. Okay. So your income, depending on how much home you're trying to buy, you want to keep it below 50% of your income. So you want a debt to income ratio of 50% or lower.
Okay.
That's a great place to start.
That's very interesting information
Yeah.
too. 50% or lower.
Correct. I mean, the lower your debt to income, the better.
Mm-hmm.
The better chance of you getting approved, right? And you really want to have a 2-year work history as well. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be the same job for the last 2 years, but you want to be able to show a solid
Okay.
2-year work history.
That's great. That's good to know.
Yeah.
A lot of people think they have to be on a certain job for
Correct.
2 years.
Which is not true. Yes.
Wonderful.
Just 2 years of history.
And I'm Pamela Black with Loyalty Home Group. You can reach me at 602-894-2894 and Josh Nastow.
602-377-1979.
Thank you so much. Everyone have a lovely day, and we look forward to new homes in 2023.